And we'll see what she's able to do in the starting 11 tonight. We are underway from Louisville. Big victory for the Red Stars, 3-0 against the Wave. That was 2 games before the Olympic break. Off the takeaway, Kanu sprints forward on the ball, and then off her heel, still possesses, leaves it behind. Big shot from Flint, and it's off the mark.
Maybe it was, and I like she's playing a little deeper of a position. She's in the double pivot with Taylor Flint. And just watch as the game progresses, all the spaces that Ari Borges picks up. She's gonna have a lot more freedom to float and find the gaps and read the game, because she is a Brazilian through and through. Creative there with a little roll on the bottom of her foot right on cue.
Malay into space, splits 2 defenders to Balser, looking for a cross, back post, Kanu! How about that? A connection for the future, Racing on the board.
Uchenna Kanu was off to a flying start at the beginning of the year and dealt with a little bit of a slump, but this is how you get out of it. Look at the movement off the ball here from Balser to find this playmaking area of the field. If you can get here and find a cross, the odds of getting on the end of it are much higher. And Uchenna Kanu says, all right, you're not gonna check me at the back post? I will happily pass this into the back of the net for my 5th of the year. Big time goal for Uchenna Kanu, but a good little glimpse at why Bethany Balser was brought over by Bev Yanez. And
uses DeMello. Malay. Into DeMello, and bite clears. It goes right to DeGrande, who fires a shot, and it's saved by Alyssa Nair. Mike surges forward, up the middle. Hocking, top of the 18, shoots, and Flint able to stretch to it. Joseph in the box, shoots! So close, Jamise Joseph. Grosso's been in big moments. Game-winning PK, gold medal match 2021, the Tokyo Olympics. Of course, Canada would walk away with some pretty serious hardware. It's also on the most recent Olympic team for Canada. Served up, Hocking through the air, and Lund is able to snag.
Of the season was really Lauren Donaldson's starter as an outside back at the beginning of the year. But that's a difficult place to come and sub into.
In a stoppage time, Joseph. Into the box, Joseph shoots, Lund denies. Just swats it down. But I do think it's interesting that Emma became a forward, her sister became an outside back, and I have to guess that's because of those backyard battles. We're here in the second half, Racing Louisville. Chicago Red Stars 1-0. Louisville's up, nice feed from DeMello, shot off the crossbar. Oh my goodness. So close.
Really keyed in on with this group that if Chicago does go long, we have to be willing for the battle in the midfield. Borges might have gotten the worst of it there.
DeMello, DeGrande, if she can get there, Nair slides out and ends up ricocheting off of DeGrande. Still in the attack for Racing. DeMello launched towards Kanu, and she's wide with it. Fisher's gonna take out Bethany Balser. So the 2 that combined on the goal exit for Racing Louisville.
About that draft day, because for me, I can speak from my experience, that was one of the best days of my life, being drafted and the experience it is to, not a lot of people get to be drafted into professional sports.
Joseph into the 18, Ursay guarding, Jamise Joseph with no angle. My goodness.
Well, the outlet has been Jamise Joseph in this game. Every time Chicago has looked dangerous, it has come through the foot of Jamise Joseph, and here Hawking dropping in, playing a false 9. It allows Joseph to then get a full head of steam, and somehow, some way, watch this angle. Her foot comes from outside the ball to in. She clips it up into the top netting, out of the reach of Katie Lund, and that's a hard thing to do. So much pace on it, and Joseph equals the score here where Chicago
contracts. DeGrande shoots, tucks it in the corner. What a response goal. Racing Louisville regains the lead.
DeGrande's loving that life a little bit higher up on the field. And these half spaces have been critical for Louisville. Right outside the outside backs, and it's through a transition moment. Good defensive posture. They win the first and the second ball. And then Fisher dishes here. Hannah Anderson with just one last step back.
DeMello off her right foot, bends it! Just off. The texture to that.
And what a good play, because Ellie Jean is standing just outside the wall. And this will be the task for Racing Louisville through the rest of the season. If they get themselves in these situations where they are leading, how do they close out games? How do they continue to attack like this, but be mindful of where they are defensively and not give anything away?
Becky goes for it, and it's stopped by Nair.
I'm sorry. I do better next time.
Fisher turns, goes, Nair meets. Kayla Fisher gets around Alyssa Nair, and she tallies. All smiles in Louisville.
That was a look from Chicago where they start to high press, and Louisville so easily plays through it with a couple of good central balls. They've looked really comfortable in those situations.
Flint, Fisher, who just scored. Sears wants to get in on the action. She shoots. Nair dives on it. Quick transition now for Chicago. Hawking.
Borges has been good. That was good defensive action from her.
There's a whistle to end this match. Racing Louisville asserting dominance over Chicago with a 3-1 victory.
Great performance from Racing Louisville, really from start to finish.